Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my May 2021 book haul part 2. So these are all the books I bought all the other parts of May. I have part 1 is stuff that I bought during my birthday weekend. So I do have a tendency to buy a lot during May just because it's my birthday, and a lot of times I get money or gift cards. So like on that last video, I had a lot of stuff that was gift cards that I had left from Christmas. So really, I haven't spent my birthday money yet. So we'll see how this goes. But these are all the books that I bought before around that time that have come in. It's another 14 books. I need to calm myself down. So we're just going to go through them by different sections. So let's start with my one major classic, which is The Mysteries of Paris by Eugene Sue. So this is translated from the French by Caroline Betninsky and Jonathan Losberg. So I think this was published between 1842 and 1843. So I know he was very influential in that time period with like Hugo and Dumas on some of their writing. This is like they say it's kind of the original Mystery City, which it has it has the hero and the heroine and stuff, and there's clearly a bad guy, but it really is talking about the rich and the poor and the different, the different aspects of living in a big city and stuff. And I guess it's supposed to be sensational, engrossing, and heartbreaking. So I bought this because I've been wanting to buy it for several years just to try it. And I don't know anybody who's actually read it, but I just keep seeing it, and I'm like, and I saw stuff about how he influenced other people. So I just wanted to get that. And then I have a couple of modern classics from 1933. Is The Werewolf of Paris by Guy Endore. So all I know about this is a werewolf novel that supposedly a lot of people credit with some horror aspects, in later movies and things and stuff. So I don't know anything about this. I'd never heard of it. So I tried to start it one day. I think I didn't get into the mood. That was when I was trying a lot of books in that, because I bought it really because of the readathon, the 1900 to 1950 readathon that was going on, put out by Acadian Books and things. But I didn't get to this one, but it's definitely one I still want to get to because I love werewolves and stuff like that. So I wanted to get it since they say a lot of people think it's a huge thing, and I'd never even heard of it. So I picked that up. And then I picked up 2 books by Vita Sackville-West. Again, she has become a new favorite of mine that I want to read more of her books of. I only read one of her books, and then I've read some of her a lot of her diary entries in 2 different books. So diary and letters. So I got her second book, Challenge, which is one that was not even published I think until later. I think she was going to have it published in America, and then they pulled it because it deals with stuff that happened in her life. She kind of changed it into this, but it wasn't really, people could tell who she was really writing about because it was with love affair with another woman. So but she changed it in the book, but you could tell who's who from the 2 characters. Anyway, I'm looking forward to reading that. I don't know anything else about it. And then her another famous one of hers is the Edwardians. So as I said, I read All Passion Spent, which I really enjoyed, and I think this is just talking about Edwardian high society. So I think it's the ups and downs of that. So anyway, but I do want to get to this as well. This is one of her well-known ones. So, and I probably have more on the way. Anyway, so I forgot. See, I didn't put this in the classics because I didn't remember to check what year it came out. But I bought She by, it's not going to say here, is it? Well, this might actually be also in the, let's see here. Well, I can't tell which. It's either the late 1900s or the late 1800s, early 1900s. I don't know. I'll have to find out what the actual date is on this one. But this is following Aisha, and she is African Queen. So, it follows two Englishmen who find her. And again, I'm reading this, I want to read this because of, reading, what do you call this series? My brain is just not, this is not a day for me to be doing this. The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. In this series, there's a character, the characters, again, they're all based off of, a lot of Victorian. So this must be in the Victorian era. I just don't have the time. So I'm hoping to get to this, if not in Victober, maybe before that, because it's the only story that is mentioned in that I had not read yet. I've pretty much checked off everything. This is the one I didn't know about, and Tia in all the books was like, do you have this book? And I'm like, no, I haven't read that. That's the one I need. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I just think it's going to be, and again, he wrote Quartermain, so King Solomon's Mines and that thing. So it's going to be kind of, I think it's going to be a little campy, but we're going to see. I do want to try that. So I guess I should have had that in there too. I have only one fantasy in this section, and it was a pre-order. I got The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. So again, I fell for the hype. Everybody was talking about it, about John Gwynne and stuff. Now I DNF'd is it The Fate and the Fallen, or The Fallen? I don't know what that other series was that starts with Malice. And I had a lot of problems with it. And I know they always said, oh, you should have pushed through, it would have been fine. No. Anyway, so I got rid of that. And so, but this series is a new one, and I'm hoping that, 7 books later, it's going to be better. I don't know. So I'm going to give him one more chance for my personal of how I like fantasy. And again, it has to do more with Norse stuff, like it just, or, based off of that kind of stuff, as well as, and it has dragons. So that's good for me. And then the gods. Yeah. So I don't even know a whole lot about this, except that a lot of people really liked it. And I'm hoping I will like it too, but we will see. I took a chance on that one. I have 2 historical fictions. Okay, there's more historical fictions, but they're based a little differently. We'll get to that in a second. But I finally got a copy of The Mirror and the Light by Hilary Mantel. This is book 3 in the Thomas Cromwell series. I've read the first 2. I probably got 200 pages into the hardback that I had from the library when lockdown happened. I just could never get my brain back to finish it. So I now have a copy, and I can now finish the story. I'm hoping to do that sometime this year. I'm not going to say when, because the way my reading's going. But, so I would say I was probably, it's over, it's like 750 pages, and I was like 200 and something. So, I still have a good 500 pages to read. So again, this is the conclusion to the trilogy. So this is, after the events from the other 2 books, historical fiction on Henry VIII and his court. And again, I love the first 2 books, and I was enjoying this, except it was really painful because I know how this goes, and I'm kind of, it's painfully, I don't want to read it because I don't want it to end, because I really do like it, but it's just like, I know it's coming, and that's scaring me. Anyway, so I will get to it, and I will finish it hopefully this year. And then I picked up The Highland Witch by Susan Fletcher. And this was kind of one of those cover buys I saw. I don't know if I might have seen this on somebody's channel. If not, I saw it as one of those things like on Goodreads was like recommending me. And it's in 1692. And a woman who is accused of being a witch is in prison. And then she's telling her story of something that happens in the Scottish Highlands. And I don't know much about that. I think it's historical fiction, but there might be a romance element. I'm not positive. I don't, as I said, I took a chance on this, and I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see. And then I bought 2 more books that I could read in July for Jane Austen July, because I am crazy like that and just keep buying books that are retellings of Jane Austen books. So one of them I saw actually on Tia and all the books. I saw Ladies, I think I saw it on our channel. Ladies of the House by Lauren Edmondson. So this is, I think, a more modern retelling. I'm actually not sure what the time period is, but a family is dealing with the death of the father. So I think it's a Sense and Sensibility retelling in modern times with politics. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get along with this, but it just sounded interesting. And yeah, modern retelling of Sense and Sensibility. So anyway, I don't have very many retellings of Sense and Sensibility. I think all mine are mostly Jane Austen, or all Pride and Prejudice, because it's my favorite, but they also, so many people write about that. So that one's one I could read in July. And I also picked up a copy finally of Charlotte by Helen Moffat. I got this on Book Depository when it released in paperback. So this is Charlotte Lucas's story. So I've heard really good things from people like Katie at Books and Things and other things. So it's been on my list for a year till I could get it in paperback. And so I finally did. So that I probably will read in July, but we will see. I have quite a few books from that. And then I also picked up the illustrated letters of Jane Austen. And these are, so I've read one collection that was in an Oxford Classics edition. And then I bought her the full collection to read. So I might read some of those this July. But I thought, well, maybe if I don't feel like I have enough time, I can go through the illustrated and just read. So it's more data about her and also some letters and things and stuff. And it has a lot of pictures and stuff. Anyway, I don't know. I've heard, I've seen these collections with other different, other authors and things. But this is again, Jane Austen's letters were just fantastic that I read last year. And I want to read more of them because, again, I bought the whole collection now to read. But I couldn't help myself for my birthday. I let myself buy that. Speaking of letters, I also got Elizabeth Gaskell Portrait in Letters. So I know that there's like other volumes that are bigger. This is pretty slim. This is just a selection of them, but I thought that would be good enough. I have not read enough Elizabeth Gaskell yet really to buy this. So we'll see. I might let myself after I might try them and see if they start to spoil things. I might stop, but I think I saw Kate Howe reading some of her letters, and maybe, I don't know if she had this edition. I don't remember what edition she had, but somebody was reading them last year. Or other. So I had it on my list and I finally just bought a copy off eBay. So, but again, it's just, I'm finding a love for letters recently on some of the people I've read, just different authors. And I think I'm finding that's what I'm finding fascinating is authors and letters. I don't know. There's just something about that. So I got that. And then I picked up Arctic Dreams by Barry Lopez. Which is, it's a nature nonfiction about the Arctic. And I don't know a whole lot about it, except that I've heard really good things about this author, as well as that, about this book. So it's been on my list for a while. I finally just, again, it was one of those, I picked it up because it was my birthday kind of thing. And then the only book in this whole haul that I've read is The Untold Lives of the Women Killed by Jack the Ripper by Hallie Rubenhold. So I loved this book. This was really well done for a nonfiction to twist on the head of actually dealing with the victims rather than the killer. And I did really enjoy her look at all 5 women and their lives and made them, show how human they were. And like, again, it's not stereotypes of what they were like, are just rampant in so much fiction and nonfiction and stuff about them. And I found this book just so enlightening. So I totally recommend this book. I listened to it on audio, but I just decided I need to get a physical copy because I'm going to probably revisit it because it was so good. I definitely will probably re-listen to it again or read it again this time. So those are all the books that I bought in May, or the second half, or the second portion of them. So I did buy a few more that did not arrive in May, so they're gonna show up in June, so they get to go on my June list. But really, I'm not gonna buy hopefully anywhere near as much as I did in May, because it's, again, I'm gonna cut back, even though now I have birthday money that I'm gonna set up for pre-orders to pay for those. So I have a little goodness through the year of pre-orders that are going to be for my birthday money. So we'll see how that goes too. So anyway, hopefully my money will go down of how much I'm spending on books. I need to read them. So if there's anything here you think I should read sooner rather than later, let me know. And did you buy anything good in May? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.